Welcome back, friends. Everything burns. It's hot. It's uncanny that time has stopped. We're in Deadfire. The bridge is ablaze and we're looking for fragments of Waidwen's soul. But really, this is the wrong time and the wrong place, it seems.
I'll see it done.
We will travel towards the dawn. What happens now? Where are we? We're here again at the moment before. We could steal something from Wade. Maybe that's parts of his soul. No, not really. Oh, okay. Oh. So we're here. Again. We haven't found his kind of soul parts. We've disarmed everything.
Of course.
Hold it up to the light. And we'll go to the noon. The moment off. We're at the moment off now. We see that this is some kind of progress now. We still don't find Waidwen's soul, but maybe we could switch over here. What is that? There's some purple. The color of the soul seemed to be purple. There's nothing to find here though, nothing yet. We're back at this. Beyond help. Towards the dusk, maybe? Can we go towards the dusk? Where are the pieces of this broken man? Will we ever see him again? We don't even get anything.
Give me a real challenge.
Waidwen, is it a blow of agony? What's this? There's a void gate here. We will have to try the void gate. Aha. There's a trap.
I got this.
And there's something hidden here.
Be right there.
Watch, Cailvassa. We have soul essence. But nothing of Waidwen's soul.
Right here. Consider it done.
Oh, we should test it in the dawn. And in the noon. We have been here in the dusk. We need the dawn and the noon. We haven't even found one frag. Where are we now? What is this? No, we don't want to trigger it. And why do you try? What do you want to do here? Huh. That's way better. There's a priest here though. What has happened? Have we found something hidden?
Right here. Leave it to me.
Can we talk to that priest maybe?
Damn it. Why can't I remember?
The soul of this robed priestess circles around the same thoughts in a pattern reminiscent of pacing. Continue observing her.
I memorized that illusion spell. How can it be gone? Another second and Wide One will know the bomb is here. Damn it, girl. This is your chance. The whole point of the thing is that his soul finds him first.
As you intuit her meaning, you catch a flash of memory. Robed priests assembling a delicate mechanism. Spiked copper plates housing a fragile shard of Ardra. The Ardra houses a piece of Waidwen's soul. Ah. You won't hear this, but I'll return your memory if I happen across it.
Can't think. Why can't I think of it?
Her soul dims its luminosity to a speck. What you take to be the spiritual equivalent of a wince. We've learned something. Only her fragmented soul cannot recall the incantation she needs. She suspected that she left it in the southmost tower, and there might be the soul as well. That could be here. Why would there be a door if not to enter it? Ah. You can pass through this. And we can open this now, the tower.
Leave it to me.
Hello, tower. There's something. The memory of Magranite incantations. This text of collected incantations is blurry to the point of illegibility. As if the white void has stripped the ink of any meaning. It might still mean something to one of the denizens of Rimmergun's realm. A short passage scribbled in the margins stands out with clarity. Let the scholars bicker over how we crammed a piece of Waidwen's soul into the bomb. A little uncertainty never hurt anyone. I only care that the damn thing goes off in time. So in the bomb there's something. We got to find that freaking bomb. What is here? Where are you guys, all of you? Shattered passage of light. We got to find her again. And there should be something here as well. We'll see. We'll be careful. Where is Waidwen? Can we like pickpocket Waidwen? Oh, okay. Alright. Waidwen stands suspended in the instant before calamity. A final appeal for surrender still frozen on his lips. I get us out here, if I can, Waidwen.
To even consider it. Whatever happened here scattered me in body and mind. I can't leave while I'm shattered. Gather enough of the pieces and maybe I'll be strong enough to be some help.
Yes. Back to the docks.
They'll never know I'm here.
You've got to remember the incantation. Don't forget. Don't let it go.
And give her the memory of Magranite incantations. I think this is what you're looking for. No sooner does the book make contact with her than it ceases to exist. Absorbed into her memories, you feel the essence of the priestess swell with life and vigor.
Of course. Simple. How'd I forget a thing like that anyway?
As she begins the incantation, you comprehend where and how the bomb was hidden. Knowing this, it feels as if 1,000 pairs of eyes are observing your progress at once. The illusion fades under their scrutiny.
I'll take care of this.
The heat of Mugran's fire singes your face as you draw closer to the Godhammer bomb, which feels poised to go off at any instant. Under layers of copper plating, enchantments and volatile materials, you sense a fragment of Waidwin's soul. It reaches out to you in blind confusion. A parchment-thin shard of Ardra is positioned inside of a spiked copper trap. When a current of essence conducts through the Ardra, the trap will snap shut and complete a circuit. It would take incredible care to extract the soul without setting off the bomb, but we have no choice. You extend your well into the mechanism, probing until you find the fragment of Waidwin's soul. You give it a forceful tug. The bomb responds at once, its moving parts coming together and radiating oppressive heat that pushes you away until your world is bathed in flame. And now? Are we dead? No, we're back again. Like in a dream. We found the wandering soul. A splintered fragment of Waidwin's soul clings to the spot, endlessly recalling some piece of memory consumed by guilt and shame. You dangled your legs over the edge of a dock. In the gloom of pre-dawn, the lake resembled a mirror of polished obsidian. Your father approached with a pair of fishing rods. Back then he stood as tall as a mountain. He expected you to be ready in the boat by now. What had you so distracted? Father, would the morning still come if Eothas wasn't there to draw it over the horizon? Your father sighed, a foolish question. Eothas is the dawn. His absence would be the death of all light. You're old enough for this to be obvious. What is truly on your mind, your father knows you well enough to see through this obvious deflection. Wouldn't life go on without the gods? Before you could finish the thought, the fishing rods clattered to the ground and your father struck you hard enough that you pitched forward into the lake. Your mouth opened with a cry that was quickly stifled by the cold water. He bellowed that the gods deserved gratitude, not an ignorant child's faithless doubt. You should thank Eothas for the harvest and the dawn. Pride will only make you complacent. You were never a strong swimmer. By the time you desperately clawed your way back to the surface, your father had rowed out to the middle of the lake to be alone. You knew better than to call out to him and interrupt his fishing. You sat on the shore and awaited his return. When the dawn crested the horizon, you didn't give thanks for the warmth it brought. You wanted to remember the cold. What a story. Troubled childhood and a domineering father.
Give me a real challenge.
Let's try. We had the dusk here. We'll go to the dawn. We're at the moment before here now. So this priestess is muttering an incantation. The heat of Magdalens fire singes your face as you draw closer to the Godhammer bomb, which feels poised to go off at any instant. And there's nothing more to do here.
You won't see us coming.
But what else could be here, maybe? Maybe there is something. There is the tower still, and we would visit it again. There's nothing to be found. There's Waidwin ready to explode. The dreary music. We went to this place. We want to go back. We've been here at dusk. What is that? Oh, we can't. We can go past this.
I'll have
There's an unstable essence. Why haven't we ever looked here? Yeah, well, let's go for the noon. Where will we be sent again? We can only use the void. And there again is a soul. Haven't we caught the wandering soul already? Your father reached up from the sickbed and clutched at your wrist, his fingers gnarled and skeletal. You'd seen enough of this condition spreading through the colony to know he wouldn't last long. It was a miracle he hung on this long. His breathing was labored, his voice ragged, but his gaze was alert and full of questions that only you could answer. I'll see after the farm when you're gone, Father, and make sure it stays in the family. He shook his head and maintained his grip. His lips and nose were stained by the Waller's cuff, a plague that colored the flagging purple. To you it resembled an actor's smeared face paint. He asked in a ragged whisper if you kept to your faith. I still thank Eothas for the harvest and the dawn, just as you taught me, Father. Satisfied, he nodded, but then his grip tightened as another fit of coughing crumpled him into a ball. And I'll thank him for the dusk as it settles over you, Father. The coughing fit rattled to a halt as your father regarded you in a wide-eyed shock. The Waidwen was also cruel in return. Well, we'll speak the truth if it needs be. I needed a father, not a priest. You were neither to me. Wow, that's really cruel. That's also cruel. Or we could leave with a nah. Here at least we might hold his hand, right so. I needed a father, not a priest. You were neither to me. Farewell. You moved away from the sickbed. It was soon to be a deathbed, closing the door quietly behind you. And you stepped out on the porch to savor the last rays of the day. So we went here.
Watch and learn.
At noon. Not at noon yet. But we'll adjust it to the noon. This is mesmerizing. He revealed that he carried his resentment into adulthood. Oh goodness. We got a serious burn, but it really didn't... Oh, it made us... We were so unsuspecting. A splintered fragment of Waidwen's soul clings to the spot, endlessly recalling some piece of memory consumed by guilt and shame. You drew your sickle across a thin patch of Volas. The harvest would be a poor one, but at least that was a shared burden that no one in Red Karas suffered alone. Praise to Gorn. Death and harvests. Oh well, we'll say nothing. Why waste your breath on a prayer when you know there would be no answer? You drew the sundial out from under your shirt, but the light had waned too much to judge the hour. Waidwen, says Eothas. You flinched as the chiming of a bell echoed from some distant source. A sensation of warmth spread across your back. Who's there? The daylight blossomed to life, exploding into many colors that filled the sky. You turned to face it, shielding your eyes, until you realized that it didn't hurt to look into this brilliance. A glowing figure loomed before you. Do you still thank me for the dawn and the harvest, Waidwen? You dropped to your knees. You felt laid bare before the light of Eothas. Every word spoken in hate, every punch you threw first, every time. You turned your back to the dawn. They were all his to judge. But I won't plead for mercy. Do what you came to do. You tilted your head to present your neck. A motion you had seen repeated too many times in the town square. The luminescent figure flickered in a way that reminded you at once of a guttering candle and a chuckle. Do you think I'm here to admonish and cast you into the lake? No. I would draw you back to the warmth for a higher calling, said Eothas. He knew. Suddenly you felt like that child again, vulnerable and alone before a looming all-powerful presence. Fear not, for you are chosen above all others. You will be the light to bring about the rebirth of an empire. An empire? It was gibberish to you, but Eothas probably knew something you didn't. Of course he did. His words filled you with a warmth and confidence that you never felt before. Just because I'm accepting this doesn't mean I'm not angry with you. Eothas understood completely and never thought less of you for it. The sickle fell from your grip with a clatter, as a hand reached out from across a great distance to touch your brow. A light stole over your vision. Much later you awakened a changed man. Crazy. I know we need a rest. Can we rest, please? Because we're seriously burned. Can never be too careful. Does the light change now? No. So we had been at noon. A beam of clear radiant light again. The light shines down the sundial's pinhole and aligns with noon. Maybe back to the dusk. As you adjust the sundial, the ambient light shifts around you. The ground trembles beneath your feet. What's happening now? We're not sure about what we're doing here. But there's another fragment of Waidwen's soul, apparently. A splintered fragment of Waidwen's soul clings to the spot, endlessly recalling some piece of memory consumed by guilt and shame. Dawn rose over the mountain pass where you camped your forces. The first rays warmed the tents and roused your armed congregation from slumber. Yvonne Dever Bridge was a speck on the horizon. Scouts say that a dozen soldiers hold the crossing. What do they think they can accomplish? You spat in the wind and considered your options. No one said this would be easy, but you started to wonder if the world even wanted a saint. The Deerwood certainly didn't. They must have something to believe in, something that could turn the tides against us. You were only thinking aloud, but without warning it became one of the rare moments when a familiar voice interceded on your thoughts. "It's possible. Our adversaries do not lack for motivation," said Eothas. You flinched as the presence asserted itself. Eothas had been preoccupied lately, spending days in contemplative silence, distancing himself from you. "What do you think, old friend? Could this be the end of our long march?" You, Eothas, considered your answer with care. The inevitability of things always came easier to Rimmergand. And in this moment you envied him. Maybe, but death isn't the ending you think it is. Embrace whatever comes. Waidwen nodded, absorbing your words. Why try and stop us, though? Don't they want to see the light as we do? For some reason it was always so hard telling Waidwen the truth. Maybe all the gods were out of practice. You already knew about the bomb, and you decided not to act on that knowledge. But Waidwen deserved an answer, even if it wasn't the entire truth. What will we go for? Sometimes Kith need to learn on their own, and we are naive to think that showing them the way is enough. Waidwen looked out on Evon Dual Bridge and wondered if he was ready to face the dusk. His thoughts were a placid lake. Then he spoke his mind again, this time taking you by surprise. Those defenders are looking past their faith to stand against a god. They're here to fight for everything they built and planted together. Waidwen was beginning to see the point. It was your sorrow to know that he wouldn't live long enough to fully appreciate it. Kith are supposed to face the dawn together, not to depend on it. Our first duty is to each other. You wanted to tell Waidwen how proud you felt, but he no longer needed a father's approval. To know when he was right, that saddened you, even more than knowing that Waidwen had seen his last sunrise. The last sunrise. And now back to Waidwen.
Leave it to me.
We go. But where is he? He's here. Fractured. And we will tend to him in the next episode, my friends. Have a great time until then and happy gaming. This is Immanuel Khan signing out. See you soon. And happy gaming.